Hello world, and welcome to the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show here on February the 26th, Monday. Happy Monday to all, 2018. This is a show where we take different news sources on the internet and discuss things in a common sense way, whether you're left or right. We try to bring everybody in the middle here. You could email your questions or comments or suggestions to commonsenseman@gmail.com. That's Common with a K, or call in. Let's call and do a live discussion. 805-994-0606. Okay, starting the news today, we're going to start with Fox again, and their main headline says a national disgrace. What are they talking about? It's communities in California. We have a big homeless problem here, not just in California, but on the West Coast. And communities are fighting back as California is overrun by homelessness, human waste, and needles. It's most prominent in San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. But counties like Orange County are taking action, removing them from the streets, putting them in shelters and motels. It's a bad thing, and I can imagine why there's a lot of people here, because the weather is better. No offense against the East Coast, but if you're going to be homeless on the East Coast with all the cold, I'm sure it's a lot tougher than here on the West Coast. So we have a problem. It's always been a problem, homelessness. I don't know how they're going to tackle that. Something needs to happen. I know we try to deal with it a lot right here on the Central Coast, and it's a big issue. So moving on to CNN. Their quote big topic here today is there's a lot of talk but little action on guns. There's still nothing going on. Gun debate, state of play. You know, there's a lot of talk again, but nothing's happening. Is something going to happen? Who knows? But like I said in previous episodes, why don't we just go back to the basics? There was, I got it memorized now, there's only 18 states that require a background check, and only 8 that actually have your guns registered.
Background checks.
Why don't they just tackle that? Start with that. Start with those states starting that. Make it make it so you have to have a background check. It's that simple. I could wait 15 days. Who can't wait 15 days to buy a gun? If you can't wait 15 days to buy a gun and have it registered, then you don't deserve to have a gun, in my opinion. Moving on to CNBC, their big quote from Warren Buffett: "We bought more Apple stock than anything else last year." So if you bought a lot of Apple stock last year, guess what? You and Warren Buffett are homies. You're thinking just like he does. Which, talking about stocks, Dow rose 200 points as worries about rising rates ease. So that's a good news for the investors. A little quote here on CNBC too. I'm not going to read into it, but think twice before buying Samsung's new smartphone. You know what that means? You have to look into that. Moving over to USA Today, they're talking. Their big headline is "You're not, quote, you're not in this alone. What Columbine survivors want Parkland students to know." You'd have to read into that. I'm not sure. But you know, they're trying to console them from what happened there a week and a half ago. Moving over to the BBC, Putin orders Syria humanitarian pause. Because you know there's a lot of civilians getting killed, or it's absolutely horrible. But Russian President Vladimir has ordered a daily humanitarian pause in fighting in the eastern Ghouta enclave in Syria. It will start Tuesday and include a creation of a humanitarian corridor to allow civilians to leave. That's good news. There should be no fighting over there, really. But if there is, there has to be a way for civilians to get out. You know what? That's it for the main news on this Monday. Let's go to sports. Olympics are over. The final count's in. Norway took the final, the leader with 39. Germany 31. Canada 29, and USA in 4th place at 23 with 9 gold medals. Norway and Germany both had 14 gold medals apiece. So congratulations to them, especially Norway, a little country there that I don't even know if they win a medal in the Olympics or the Summer Olympics, probably, but very, very good for them. Other than that, nothing going on except for this transgender Texas wrestler, high school wrestler, won their second high school title she's a female going to be a male and taking hormones, and so there's a big uproar about that because she's taking hormones, winning these titles. She looks pretty damn buff. I don't know how you feel about that. It is kind of a weird thing. That's a fine line. Man, I'm not going to get into that, but if someone wants to discuss that, 805-994-0606. All right, getting into the entertainment news, my favorite. Heather Locklear arrested on domestic violence. Heather Locklear, they have a picture of her. She's actually looking pretty darn good for her. I don't even know how old she is, but she was arrested Sunday night for domestic violence and battery on a police officer. Ow. That's going to hurt. I hope you got a lawyer, which I'm sure she does. So it was something about a 911 call. You'd have to read into that. We don't have enough time. Steve Wilkos, who's that? I don't know. Speeding, swerving, reeked of booze at scene of DUI accident. He got a DUI, smashed his car. There's a picture of it. Not looking good. And here's one. Jamie Luner from Melrose Place. You remember her? Accused of sexual misconduct against a 16-year-old boy. So it's a little reversal from the... Usually it's the women accusing the man. Now it's opposite. So read into that one. Very interesting. Haven't seen. You don't see that. You don't see that too often. All right, going to my real favorite, travel and leisure. Not much going on except for there was a flight. So those of you who always bitch and complain about the rules on phones on the plane and batteries and blah blah blah. Well, phone charger exploded in an overhead bin before takeoff and started a fire on a Chinese flight. You have to read into it. They show a picture of it, so those people have to get off. But it was the charger, they think, that exploded in the person's luggage and started a fire in the overhead bin. So those things are dangerous. And last but not least, on our travel leisure thing, a man studied Google Maps, Apple Maps, and Waze for an entire year to see which one was better. And after all that, he came up with Google Maps is going to take them to all the places faster and more accurate. I use Google Maps. I'm not promoting Google Maps, but they seem to work fairly well with me. Okay, we're going to end this with our little Facebook quote from one of my left people from the left, I believe. And this is just a statement kind of quote thing. If a gunman can walk into a military base like Fort Hood with 100% of the populace highly trained in firearms, use and still murder 13 people with a pistol, do you honestly think that 20% of teachers having a gun is going to stop the next killer who may have an AR-15? That's obviously referring to President Trump wanting to arm teachers, which is just absolutely ridiculous in my opinion. That's that's not the answer to this. There's 10 other things you could do besides that, and one of them, like I keep stating, just change all, make every state have to do a 15-day or whatever it is, 15-day wait for background check and register all guns. That's the simplest way to start off in the right direction. If you can't wait 15 days to get a gun, then you don't deserve a gun. I can't imagine an instance where you need one within 15 days. I don't know. I just don't. Maybe you're going on a hunting trip that just came up for this weekend. You don't have a gun. Well, shit. Sorry, dude or dudette. You're not going on that hunting trip. That's it for this Monday, the 26th. Please subscribe to my channel, the Common Sense Man's News and Talk Show, and please email in with your comments, commonsenseman@gmail.com, or call in 805-994-0606. Have a great rest of your Monday, and we'll see you on Tuesday.